So we made the determination that we needed to move the little girl. So he said to me, don't let go of the tourniquet. I'm going to scoop her up, I'm going to have to move her. Part of the Boston Emergency Operations Plan is to not allow everyone to rush into the city, right down to the site. You don't want to be on top of the epicenter of the blast in case of a third or a fourth explosion. So they had held those people and the responding officers and EMTs and paramedics up a little bit. We made the determination that we had to move her. So we scooped up Jane and we ran her several hundred yards towards the Prudential Center, if you're familiar with the city. And that's when we passed her off to the waiting personnel that was getting ready to transport her. Her father and oldest brother were in tow. And when we got up there, we made the determination that Dad was going to stay with his daughter and I would take his son for just a few minutes until they could get her settled in the ambulance to leave. And then I would reunite father and son. And when I got back, the father kept screaming, my son, my son, my son, pointing back to the epicenter of the blast. And that's when I just ran. I ran back into the fray. When I got there, I realized now that his son was Martin Richard, who was our youngest victim that day. He was 8 years old. And I and a few other people on the street that day tried to do everything we could to save his life, but our efforts were fruitless. He was just in such rough shape. So those are the things that you carry with you now. So you talk about PTSD and trauma. I really, really struggled in the days and weeks and months after. I was working in a therapeutic alternative high school for kids with social, emotional, behavioral disabilities. So I was surrounded by people at my workplace that had experience. I'd been 1,000 trauma trainings on how to deal with kids that have PTSD and gave advice to kids who had suffered from panic attacks and anxiety and things like that. Things that I had never experienced in my personal life, but I'd been through a million trainings on it and worked in that industry.